Now see guys, right now, first thing is, if we look at this first sentence, this is just the paraphrased question statement. The question statement said, nowadays the increasing number of garbage is a real concern. Okay, simple question statement. I just tried to rewrite it. A substantial increase in waste products is causing serious health issues and emerge as a challenge. Simple. So it is a real concern or it is a challenge. Similar in nature. There is nothing much different about it. After that, we have the instructions. What are the reasons behind it? What can be done to resolve it? So basically two instructions, and both these aspects should be answered in the thesis statement. So from here till here, I have finished the paraphrase question statement, and from here, I'm starting my thesis statement. Out of the many reasons, they were asking me about the reasons. So out of the many reasons, the two major causes are the lack of awareness about how to recycle garbage and the growth in the population, which acts as a catalyst to this problem. I've mentioned two real causes behind it, isn't it? These are the reasons. They asked me the reasons. I've answered that here. Therefore, the governments of various states and nations must take appropriate actions to solve the issue of garbage and its effective disposal. So what can be done to resolve it? I've also talked about the solution, isn't it? So whatever is given in the question topic, first we try to paraphrase the topic, write it here. After that, we answered both the instructions in our thesis statement. Now, after this is only the beginning of your essay. You have just written the introductory paragraph for your essay. Your essay is still remaining. After that, we move on to the first body paragraph. We change a paragraph, we move on to the first body paragraph. And here we are going to discuss the reasons with an example. So what were the reasons? The reasons that we mentioned here: lack of awareness about how to recycle the garbage and the growth in the population. These two are the major problems that I've discussed. So I am going to write both these points here and give a relevant example to support my answer. So remember that whenever we write the reasons, okay, we must support it with an example which is talking about the reasons only. We cannot give any haywire explanation. The example must support it. After that, we come to the next body paragraph, which is going to discuss the solution. Like we were talking about the government and the policies that they can implement for garbage disposal and recycling. So we'll just discuss that over here, again with an example. Okay, so remember, both the body paragraphs should have examples in them. If you miss your examples, remember, you will not get the correct band score on the basis of cohesion. You will lose marks on the basis of cohesion. Okay? And last is our conclusion paragraph, where we will again bring our same thesis statement. Okay, the same thesis statement, but it will be used in, it will be paraphrased again. It will be rephrased again for the conclusion paragraph. Okay? That's what we have to do. Now, I will read the complete essay. Now, before reading it, I would love to read the topic again for all of you. So nowadays, the increasing number of garbage is a real concern. What are the reasons behind it? What can be done to resolve it? All right. Now, a substantial increase in the waste products is causing health issues and emerge as a challenge. Now, instead of using the same word that was given to me as garbage, I've used waste products, a synonym word for garbage, isn't it? Out of many reasons, the two major causes are lack of awareness about how to recycle garbage and the growth in the population, which acts as a catalyst to this problem. Therefore, the governments of various states and nations must take appropriate actions to solve the issue of garbage and its effective disposal. Now here I used garbage. So two different words in this paragraph related to garbage, isn't it? Now I'm going to talk about what was the first thing? Two major causes. Now I'm going to give the causes or the reasons here. So causes, reasons, similar in nature. Indeed, there are multiple reasons which are adding to the growth of litter in our surroundings. Firstly, as a result of exponential growth in population, people have unknowingly promoted the usage of unnecessary things, leading to an increase in waste. For example, in a recent survey organized by a national news agency, it has been observed that there has been a 10 times increase in garbage produced in Delhi in the last 2 years in comparison to the last decade. Secondly, due to the lack of options and awareness, people are not using reusable products. Hence, garbage has become an uncontrollable monster for mankind because of ignorance and population spike. Now see, whatever I wrote in my thesis statement, see guys, lack of awareness and the growth in population. Both the points are discussed in this body paragraph. So whatever I mentioned in my thesis, I've answered that here. I've supported one reason with an example, and the second one, I just wrote it like that. Okay, so it's not necessary that if you're giving two reasons, you have to give two examples for both the reasons. Because if you do that, your essay length will reach up to 400, 450 words, and you'll really fall short of time. So you don't have that much of time. Okay, now after this, in this paragraph, we'll talk about the causes. Sorry, we talked about the causes here. Now we'll talk about the solution in this paragraph. Okay. However, the whole of mankind has to work together to curb this issue. Governments across different nations have to build strong policies where they must promote recycling plants. For instance, plastic wastes can be recycled and used in different automotive industries as raw material. Moreover, the college education system must emphasize challenges and ill effects of waste on the health of both humans and the environment. With the collective efforts, it should be efforts, not effort, with the collective efforts from government and with social awareness, domestic waste can be reduced. All right, so this paragraph is talking about the solution. Here, whatever we wrote in the thesis statement in the introductory paragraph, I'm just going to rephrase that over here. In conclusion, one can say that with the growth of the human race, the glaring issue of garbage has increased rapidly. But with proper government policies and action plans, this issue can be addressed effectively. Simple. See, I am not using any high-profile grammar right now, just because of the reason that all of you understand the structure and the correct formation of sentences. All right?
If we are sitting in the final exam and we don't get any idea of what to give example.
See, Yogita, the topics that they give in IELTS, they are very relatable. Now, see, if suppose we have this topic related to garbage, I think we all know it. So they are always very common social issues. They will not give us something related to rocket science that we don't know. Okay, so the questions are either related to the excessive use of the internet, maybe related to garbage, maybe something related to the benefits and the drawbacks of, let's say, social media. So the topics are very relatable. I don't think so there's hardly any person who will not be able to understand the topic to generate the content. See, I will suggest you one thing. If you find it difficult, that ma'am, how to interpret the topic and then write it, you should always try to simplify the topic for yourself. Okay, simplify the topic. When you look at it, understand what they are trying to say. If you still find it confusing, think in your own native language. All right, that what are they trying to ask me here? All right, this is what they're asking, and this is the point that I can refer. All right, then maybe it will become a bit easier for you to interpret. Okay, now when a question is with two instructions, we write two body paragraphs, and to explain both the points to exemplify, it is extremely important for us in the body paragraphs. Because if we do not give this example, guys, let's understand this, what will happen? If we do not give examples in both the body paragraphs, there'll be two things. Number one, your coherence will suffer. Definitely, your cohesion will suffer, not your coherence. Your cohesion level will suffer because of the absence of examples. And number two, you will not be able to generate the correct length because examples add to your length. Okay, so that is why examples are important for us because of these two major reasons.